What's going on, Virgo? Welcome to your December 2021 bonus reading. This is the Autistic Mystic. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this reading, Virgo, we're going to take a look at your past, present, and future energies. And as we move through the reading, I will be clarifying the cards to get even more information for you as well. Keep in mind, Virgo, that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate for you and your current situation and leave behind the ones that do not resonate for you at this time. Also, be sure to smash that like button so that all the Virgo people out there can find this reading. The more people that like, comment, and share the video, the more that YouTube promotes it, and that also helps me grow this channel. So without further ado, Virgo, let's go ahead and do 4 shuffles and really pull the energy for those of you watching this December 2021 bonus reading. As always, I'd like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's lay out these cards and make sure that you can see all of them here. Interesting. All right, Virgo, interesting energy. Right off the bat, I feel like you guys are really dealing with a difficult love situation. I feel like you almost don't know what to do with it. Okay, so we're going to get into it for you here. So let's start off in your recent past energy. So in the recent past, we have the 4 of Swords, we have the 3 of Swords, and then we also have the 5 of Swords. That's an interesting synchronicity, right? 3, 4, 5, all the same suit as well. So you're definitely in a very heavy mental period in your past. I could see you really overthinking a certain love situation in your life, not even overthinking, but just it's really, something was really weighing you down with a certain partner. Now, I sense a situation where you guys are either going through a breakup with a partner or you've actually recently broken up with this partner. So one of the two here, you're dealing with a very difficult situation in love for a lot of you guys. Now, for some of you that are not in a relationship, I could sense this feeling of like, you wanted something to work out with someone that it just didn't pan out, and so you're very upset. But for a lot of you are dealing with a breakup here. So let's start off with this 4 of Swords here. In your recent past, I see you taking time out. I see this card as like you almost thinking of different ways to kind of improve this relationship. So whether you were actually in a relationship or just kind of in a situationship, I see you kind of like debating with yourself here, healing and really figuring out how can I make it work here, Virgo. So I do see a situation where you guys gave it your all. You tried to make something work, but you do have this 3 of Swords, right? And so this is deep heartache, deep pain about the realization of incompatibility here. I just get incompatibility. You may be dealing with a very immature person who could not accept the solutions that you were going to give here. I do kind of think this is a little bit similar to your reading last week, if I'm remembering correctly here. But you also have this 5 of Swords, right? And so this just represents the person you're dealing with for me. I just feel like you're dealing with a person who's not very patient, who doesn't really give you the time of day. Like, it's almost like there's a double standard with this person, like where you do something wrong and they penalize you for it. They do the same thing. You tell them, hey, you just did that, and they're like, nope, I can do whatever I want. So I just feel like you're dealing with a very difficult person here. Okay, so we're going to have to clarify that to really get more information, but I do see you really dealing with a very tragic situation. This could even be the death of a loved one for some of you. I don't know, for a very few of you, that could be what's going on here. Also could just be your feelings about the current state of the world, but for the vast majority, it is to do with love and a specific person here. So let's move on to the present moment here, Virgo. We have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and also the Judgment card here. in the present moment. So I do see you guys kind of trying to romanticize something. So the Knight of Cups here is coming through as two things. For some of you guys, you're really actually excited to go out there and play the field and kind of leave this person behind here. Okay, so some of you do have another offer. This Knight of Cups is coming through as someone who's very interested in you, who's very interested in courting you, now that this thing has fallen apart. So I do sense you have a love offer. Now, for others of you, Virgo, this is you trying to like make it work still. Some of you are having this issue where you keep holding on to this relationship with this person where I kind of think it's over, right? That's just what I'm sensing, but it's like you guys trying to make it work. Maybe this is someone who broke up with you, and so there is a few of you out there who have this desperate energy of like, please don't leave me. I'll do whatever I can make it romantic. Give me one more shot. For some of you, that's what's going on here, but for others, and even if you are that person, I feel like you do have different options in love here, right? And so in the present moment as well, you have this Queen of Wands energy. And so I feel like this is the energy of your own energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter here. I think you're starting to realize in the present moment that you deserve better. All right. So if this is a relationship that went south and you kind of broke up, you're realizing that maybe you deserve to be with a better person here. You know your own worth. The Queen of Wands is someone who is very kind of like takes a hands-on approach, who loves interacting with other people as well. So there's this feeling like you're ready to go out there. But it's almost like you have a split within you, like you're not really sure if you should stay or go. That's for some of you, right? For others of you, you just know that this is dead. You know that, okay, I'm finally going to let it go here. And then you have this wonderful Judgment card, right? And so this is Spirit finally getting to you here, Virgo, and saying that, you know, this relationship came to you for a reason. I feel like this could be a soul contract type relationship, like something you were meant to do in this life. And so the Judgment card is I feel like a lot of you are starting to make the judgment that, okay, yeah, this isn't right for me, right? Because you see the Queen of Wands kind of staring right at this Judgment card. Also, this is divine intervention, all right? So there could have been something happened, like an individual event that led to this breakup. Maybe someone cheated on you, God forbid, right? I don't wish that on any of you, but there's a judgment here, right? So there's a judgment that you're going to be making that this is over, because if you look at the three major arcana cards that you have in this reading, it's the Judgment, Death, and the Hermit. So you're making a judgment that you're going to have to go alone here, Virgo. And I feel like that's what some of you guys are fearing here, right? But there is a judgment to say that, yeah, this is over, okay? And some of you are going to finally come to that realization in the present moment. If it hasn't happened yet, maybe this reading will help you get to that point, because someone isn't treating you fair. Someone is treating you very wrongly here, Virgo, excuse me. Could be dealing with a Taurus. I don't know why I said that. But then, okay, so we're going to clarify that in a second. But then we move on to the future timeline for you, Virgo. We have the Death card. We have the Three of Wands. And we also have the Hermit card. So these are two kind of dark major arcanas. This is putting an end to any sort of question that you had in your mind about this relationship coming back. In your future timeline, I see you getting to this point where you finally realize that, okay, I can move on to better things. And it almost might hit you really hard. Those of you who are trying to romanticize it and like try to make it work here, I sense you finally accept in the future. So maybe in the next few weeks, in the next week, in the next month here, you finally accept that this is over and I'm going to have to move in a new direction. Now, for some of you, it's interesting because you have this Judgment card and the next card in the reading is the Death card. So some of you are going to finally have to come to a judgment that, yeah, I make a decision that this is over. Even if there is still potential in it, you're going to look back on how this person treated you and you're going to realize I deserve better. Now, this is going to wreak havoc in your physical life. I can tell you that, Virgo. I feel like this Hermit card is almost like this fear of missing out, where some of you are going to be feeling like, okay, well, now that this is over, I don't just want to stay in this isolation. I've already been isolating myself trying to work it out with this person. And so, I don't know, Virgo. I just feel like this is kind of like a breakup reading, if I'm just going to be straight up with you. Now, the good news is you have new options, right? You have that Knight of Cups. But in order for that Knight of Cups, that new option to come to you, you're going to have to let this go and really sink into your emotions here. Now, you also have the Three of Wands, which is all about planning. So in your future timeline, I do see you can't plan your future until you accept that this is over. I do sense that. Okay, so this is a death. This is a very intense period for you, Virgo. So I'm sorry, first off, that you're dealing with it. But realize the Judgment card is here because it's saying that everything is happening for a reason. Even if your mind cannot, accept this reality and you can't logically put like a meaning to it, like why this is over, know that spirit is beyond logic. You don't have to know why everything falls apart. Know that spirit has your back. They're on the mountaintop, you're in the valley. Remember that the ceiling of the ego is actually the floor of the higher mind. So in other words, I get this feeling like you guys wish this went well. Some of you don't. Some of you are just like, screw this person. But for some of you out there, it's like this feeling of, this is the best person for me. And spirit kind of laughs at that. Not like laughing at you, but they're like, listen, you have way more better options, right? Because you have this Knight of Cups and the Three of Wands. This is new coming into your life. So let's clarify a few of these cards for you here, Virgo. Let's go ahead and clarify this Three of Swords. What does this have to do with? Why is this here? Let's get more info. Why is this Three of Swords here for Virgo? Once again, if you're not going through a breakup, maybe this just isn't your reading. If you're not going through any pain, maybe this just isn't your reading, obviously. Probably haven't made it to this point if that's you, though. Let's see, why is this Three of Swords here? All right, so we have the Breakthrough card popping out of the deck here. So I feel like this is the universe stepping in and just ending something that probably was long overdue, perhaps, for some of you here. So breakthrough. You're ready to move on, right? So you don't, I get this feeling like you don't actually have to lay in the feelings of sorrow for that long. Your soul is desiring something new, right? Judgment, Knight of Cups. You're desiring new romance with someone else here. So breakthrough. This had to happen for you to break through to really, this is coming through a major arcana card. This is your destiny. Whatever lifeline you guys were on trying to make it work with someone that you weren't really meant to make it work with, spirit is almost like, it's almost like the tower. Like it's breaking down your old life so that you can move into your highest destiny here. So whatever you're leaving behind, know that if you're meant to be with someone, you will be with them. And I feel like this person is just not, at least at this time, they're not meant for you here. Okay, someone may be trying to pull you back. They may be trying to play games with you here, Virgo, but you're meant to break through. You're meant to break out of this situation. It's run its course. Also, you're meant to use your willpower, by the way, because you see how the solar plexus of this person, the stomach, the solar plexus chakra is all about our willpower and our desire and ability to like force ourselves to do things with our own mental power. And so that might be required here to let go of someone. Part of you is going to pull you back, but you're going to have to be strong here. It's kind of like the Strength card. So let's move on to the present moment here. Let's clarify, why is this Knight of Cups here for you? Let's get more information about this Knight of Cups for Virgo, please. Why is this Knight of Cups here for Virgo? Yeah, so we have the Rebel card, guys. The Rebel. Okay, so I feel like there's someone who's been eyeing you, honestly. Okay, so this is like the Rebel card here. First of all, this is your soul's desire to break out of this relationship and go into the new. For some reason, you feel guilty about it, though. You leaving this person behind, even if they broke your heart, for some reason, you moving on to someone else makes you feel guilty. Now, the other interpretation that really wanted to come through for some of you is that there's been someone here who has been waiting for this relationship to fall apart. I know that sounds dark or whatever here, Virgo, but there's someone, the Rebel, strong masculine force. It could be a woman if you're into that. There's been someone who's been waiting for this to happen. Okay, so the Knight of Cups to the Rebel card. First of all, your soul wants new romance. Second of all, there's someone waiting for this to happen, ready to court you. So maybe you have to give it time. I feel like once you can finally accept that this is over, that's going to give the space for this new person to step in. There is someone that's been waiting here, right, for you to rebel against this. There's someone who's waiting that's been seeing you in this injustice. They've been seeing you hurting, and they just know that, like, what are you doing, Virgo? I'm over here. And so now you have this opportunity to go with this person. Now, I don't know if you want to. All I can tell you is there's someone that's very interested in you, waiting for you to rebel against this relationship. Now that it's over, you have that lover. You have that new opportunity here. Also, by the way, maybe for some of you, this is just rebelling against any sort of romance. Maybe for some of you out there, this is definitely coming through for some of you. You're just totally uninterested in romance. You're like, I'm going to do my own thing, right? Rebelling against the romantic side of life. So you have to know who you are. Some of you, someone's eyeing you, waiting for this to fall apart. Now that it's fallen apart, they're here. Others of you, though, you're just totally done with romance. And I want to make sure that, realize you can love again, but maybe some of you just need to heal, right? This is a major arcana card. So some of you are just rebelling against romance in general. Also, this could be someone like, it's almost like you finally had the willpower to step away from this relationship, Virgo. This is going to be that same person perhaps coming back and trying to be like, I'm sorry, Virgo, please. And then it's going to be you like, no, thank you, rebel, move away. So you have to know who you are. There's a lot of different things coming through for different people here. Okay, so this is powerful energy, Virgo. I like what I see here. Let's also clarify this Judgment card. I feel like the Judgment could have to do with that Rebel to the Knight of Cups, like being like, no, 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 thank you. I see your true side. Let's see. Why is this Judgment card here for Virgo? Okay, so before I even pull a card, the going with the flow card almost popped out. So whatever's happening here, whatever's falling apart, it is part of your destiny for it to fall apart here. Okay, yeah, and we have the healing card. So you're going to have to make a judgment that heals you here. Maybe for some of you, it's like, I don't want to do anything with romance. But for a lot of you, maybe going with this person who's been waiting for this to fall apart is actually your healing path. So the judgment card is also just, it's divine intervention. It's like something could have happened, like spirit could have made something happen to cause this to fall apart, because you're meant to heal. You're meant to go in a new direction here. And that's why the Hermit card is here as well, Virgo. It's like healing and judgment. This was meant to fall apart. Something was meant to fall apart to heal you here. Okay, it's also in alignment with your flow about like where you really need to be in life. You also have the Patience card here. So maybe you guys need to take time out for yourself, and that would really be indicated by this Hermit card. Don't expect you to get over this overnight here. And the problem is, I feel like there's someone interested in you for a lot of you who is going to pressure you into a new relationship fast. You may have to tell this person, maybe not yet. I'm still recovering from this older relationship. So patience and healing. Be patient as you're healing from this. I feel like someone really did stab you in the back here. 5 of Swords to the 3 of Swords. That's a very tricky energy, let's just put it that way. Very painful energy. So give yourself time to heal. Maybe it's like, once again, I feel like that you may have trust issues now. A lot of you may not trust people anymore. So this new person coming in, you're almost saying like, well, how are you going to be different from this old person? Maybe this person, for some of you, by the way, this person could already be in your life. This could be the distant past. You have to know who you are. Maybe you're already dealing with someone and this is just like an ex that you can't get off your mind. You have to know who you are here, Virgo. But let's go ahead and move on to the future timeline. Let's clarify, why is this Death card here for you? Tell me more about this Death card for Virgo. Okay. Interesting energy here. So I do sense like this feeling where you guys are going to have to take time out for yourself, okay? Because we have the Experiencing card. You know what's super interesting, guys, is we have a double 3 of Wands, right? This is the same card in a different deck. 3 of Wands, 3 of Wands. You guys are definitely going to have to take time out for yourself, heal. Be patient with your healing here. You just went through a major ending. major ending. So make sure that you take time out for yourself and plan your life here and be steady with yourself, right? You also have the celebration card. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of end to a fast-paced lifestyle for some of you. Also, there's you see how this figure is dancing in the rain, right? So for a long time, you guys were dancing in the rain, right? You were with someone who wasn't good for you, but you were just desperately trying to be like, oh, it's all good, even though it's pouring on me and I'm soaking wet, right? There's a death to that. The intuition for me is telling me it's like, you're no longer pretending. You can't pretend anymore. So also, what this card is saying is that going out into nature is going to help you heal and alleviate this pain, because the experiencing card is all about connecting with nature in this particular deck. Okay, and that's what I feel like the Hermit and the Three of Wands here. You guys are in a total recalibration. Hermit, Three of Wands. Give yourself space here. You know, I feel like there is someone who just wants to push it forward with you. Maybe you're already talking to them. Maybe they're just kind of floating around your sphere. Give yourself time is what I would say, Taurus, Virgo, excuse me, or just go forward with this. It's totally up to you, but there is a certain reflection that you need to do here. So if you want more information on your current situation, feel free to book a personal reading with me. You could find information on that in the description box of this video. I would love to work with one-on-one with you guys, but either way, much love to you in this situation. Give yourself some time to process this. So I will talk to you guys next week on your next reading. Much love and light. Peace.